What's up, crazy family? Today's a little special, different. I know we're not at the park, but all of our family is gathered around here. This is actually Raquel's aunt, Kathy Stepek, and Walt Stepek, her husband. My mom is actually sitting on the right there. Rocky, you want to wave in the camera real quick? Yeah. So it's 5 of us just sitting around having dinner at hot dog shop, and just spending time together as family. Not only that, but we were just chatting not too earlier about memories at KENNYWOOD and at these other parks. It's very important to always hold on to these memories.
Yes, it is.
So do you have any, you were talking about how you were always, first of all, I want to say this. First of all, thank you for spending time with us.
Sure.
So I wanted to say this. Me personally, I have memories. Because I know your daughter, we've known Raquel, I've known Raquel since I was a kid.
Forever, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and then I've known your daughter, Sabrina, since I was in kindergarten.
Yes.
It was kindergarten. So we went in high school. We went to the park
get this out of here.
multiple times together, and I just have memories of us busing up there and riding with Sabrina up to the park, and with my brother Scott.
Yeah.
And we used to go up there, and we just have a lot of blast. Yeah. Do you have any memories you want to maybe share with them?
Just when we were young, we would go up and get on. Had to get the log ride. You have to do the log ride. That was one of my favorite. And then we'd do the jackrabbit, and that's an old one. The
jackrabbit is 124 years this year.
Yes, and I'll tell you, that was one rocky ride. For an old roller coaster, it still went.
It's actually a lot smooth.
Yes,
for 124 years. Yeah,
I mean, because I'm surprised it was still standing. But yeah, we had many rides on that. My sisters and them, we all loved to just get on, just go to there. Like say the merry-go-round, roller coasters, whatever you could get on, ride what you were allowed to ride. The bumper cars, anything that.
Yeah, well, you were a little bit older generation too, so that would say, that was the time where you could actually enter the park without paying to get in. It was I think it was in the late 80s, early 90s is when they started charging admission to the park, which is nice for someone.
But they got to have money to repair. Things in the park.
I think they had to go that way too.
Right.
But,
sure they did. They had to have, somebody's got to pay for the repairs on everything. And the insurance.
Yeah.
For those.
You were saying, my mom was saying too, that you were saying that about Idora Park too. Yes. We used to go up there and have so much fun up at Idora Park. And you mentioned something that I was shocked at. You said you spent time at Cascade Park?
Yes, Cascade Park. Oh, yes.
Wow.
My dad worked at B&W, and we would get tickets. So we were up there. We rode all the rides up there too. It was fun because we went to. Oh, I can't even remember how many we had there.
In Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle.
There was multiple coasters up there.
I know there was one for sure, but I can't remember. It's been so far, way back. But yeah, we rode them. We've been to KENNYWOOD, Idoras, Cascades. When we were kids, we we enjoyed all those those things because. The mill paid for us to go to like Idora and Cascade. Yeah. Which was really nice. It was fun for us kids because with 10 in our family, we couldn't afford to go on vacation anywhere.
If you don't know, she has a family of 10, with siblings growing up. And that's obviously Raquel's aunt, so that'd be Raquel's grandmother and her dad, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. So and then plus on top of that, when you guys got older and got married, then started having children. Yeah. Boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's
our whole
a
family.
lot
then
of
we added the kids and more kids and more kids.
Yeah. So
we started out in the basement. We started out like Thanksgiving and stuff. It was in my mother had a very, very small kitchen, 2-bedroom house. We ate like the Thanksgiving and that in the basement.
Yeah.
On tables that we put up down there, and that's where but having a big family, yes. Yeah. We had to have roll call when we were at Idora, and we left my sister there one time. Well, several places by mistake.
Are you kidding
me? No, we always had to count things. So everybody had to count 1, 2, 3 to make sure they were all there. Well, somehow we kept forgetting on my sister Vicky.
That's hilarious.
No, Then we went
That's
on
hilarious.
every time we went somewhere, boom, roll call, 1, 2, 3. Well, we were like halfway home and had to go back and get her. Because, we forgot her.
You
We
gotta be
didn't know
kidding
she
me.
didn't answer, so we thought we didn't pay. Thought, where'd she? We always had that problem of making sure you have a roll call to make sure that you got it. Well, we went on I'll say Yaya weekend one time and did the same thing. We were up doing some crafts and things, and we were all going back to the camp. Okay, so as we got on back, I'm like, oh crap, we forgot Vicky. You did it again. The poor child always seemed to forgot.
Just get lost.
But, we've
well,
done
it's
that
a good
several
thing she's
times.
not lost anymore.
No. We try not to forget her as much as possible. Now we're doing better at it. Yeah, but as kids, it was
So,
horrible.
do you have any memories growing up? Because obviously, you and Kathleen didn't meet till what? How many years ago would you say?
Back in the 70s.
So
it'll be
1970s.
almost
So
50
growing
years.
up, you had a large family too.
Oh yeah.
And did you guys spend time here and there at the amusement parks locally around here?
No, you really didn't. Your dad didn't let them.
No, Dad brought us up
His work.
to
was-
work.
Yeah, they didn't really get to enjoy going to a Idora Park or. He
No.
worked at the Brickyard in Darlington for years. His dad.
I see.
So he didn't get to do any kind of fun stuff until after we got married
Yeah.
and then traveled.
So
So-
let me ask you this: what if I would ask you a question and to sit down and actually interview you? I always ask this question of everyone: what about Kennywood are you crazy about? Because that's the whole thing.
I loved the log ride myself. I enjoyed that log ride and splashing.
Splashing.
Yeah, coming down off that thing and splashing.
They have
and
a
the
newer
roller
one.
coasters, flipping around now. It's like, oh,
They have unfortunately the log jammer is not there
Yeah,
anymore.
I miss
But
that.
they have a newer one. It's called
Oh.
the Pittsburgh Plunge. It's a very large flume.
Oh, now that'd be fun.
flume. It seats I'd say 4 or 5, about
Really?
20 people in one flume.
Wow.
One car.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun, but it's
that'd
only
be
it's,
fun.
it's only go up, turn around, down, splash, but it makes this big, huge rooster tail. People love standing under there on
Oh,
90
man,
degree
you
days
get
and get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a
that'd be
lot of fun. Yeah.
That would be fun.
So I also wanted to start segueing, and this is just me saying it. So this month we are celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and our group is doing a pink out this coming 26th. Also, it's another reason why we sat down with Kathy is because she is a breast cancer survivor, and I thought she's brave enough to actually want to talk about that. So
Yes, it
we
does
invited
bother me.
here, and could you tell them what your experience and a little bit of your testimony?
Well, sure. You know how you go for your mammograms like you always do, and so I went in and had my mammogram, and they said, well, we need to go in and, a little bit deeper, thing. And I thought, well, okay, that's fine. They would get in and they found out that I had cancer in my right breast. And at the time, I thought, well, you got to do what you have to do, to take care of it, whatever it takes for them to do. So at the time, I went in and I had talked to the doctor, and I had already made up my mind because I wasn't. That was back in what, 98, somewhere in there.
Wow.
It'll be 7 years coming up in February, anyway. And I decided that, if I have to have my breasts removed, I want them both taken off. And that was just my idea, not the doctor's.
Yeah.
But when I talked to the doctor, and I was in the room, and she asked me, she said, well, how do you feel about taking both your breasts off? Because you have a little bit of mass over there, but it's not anything serious yet, but it can be down the road. And I thought, I don't want to go through this surgery twice, And I told her at my age, I really didn't care if I had them or didn't have them. So I talked to the doctor, and I told her, I says, well, I said, take them both off. And she looked at me and she said, well, I know. She said, I was surprised that you suggested that. And I says, well, you got to do what you have to do. And she says, well, I'll tell you. She says, if you were my daughter or my mother, I would have told you to take both off too. And she said, I see you've already made up your mind. And I said, yes, I did. And I did, and I'm very glad I did. I don't have any problems.
Is that pretty scary for you?
No, I wasn't even scared at all. I really wasn't scared. I was surprised. I thought I would be or get upset. No. I cried just a tiny bit telling my daughter that, I'm going to have to
So I know
take off.
you'd be a faith woman of faith also.
Mm-hmm.
So how did your faith in God help you? during that time?
I was trusting God to guide the doctor's hands that was going to do the surgery, because I figured, you know, God knows best. He'll decide.
Yeah.
You know, if I make it through, don't make it through, whatever. And I had my trust in God, knowing that He was going to guide that surgeon's hands, and He did.
Yeah.
He did very well.
And I know
I'm
you
really
had your compadre over here supporting you the whole time.
Oh, yes.
And your family,
Yes.
your other family.
Yes.
To your sisters and your
Yes,
brothers.
and they all got checked right away. You know,
Yeah.
they were all getting checked to have, you know, their
Yeah.
breast and everything to make done, because I was the only one, so, you know, my family that's ever had double miss.
I'm so happy and so glad that you fought the fight.
Oh, yeah.
And you're here.
Absolutely.
Because we couldn't. I mean, life.
Life goes on, and
and
I'm not
we
gonna have that
enjoy
stop me.
spend time with you and the things
Well, thank
that we've done together as family.
Oh, yeah.
You and Rocky.
Yeah.
And
Halloween
just like,
things and
all that stuff.
birthday
So
stuff.
I mean, thank you so much for being brave enough to tell
Oh,
your
sure.
story. I wanted to
Please
say this.
get checked, women. Please get checked.
Yes. What would you
Please.
say to someone who is like so nervous to say, "Oh, that hurts. I'm not going to get that done."
No, it's not that bad. It really isn't. I mean, some people, you do have to go through the chemo. Don't get me wrong. I did not have to do the chemo or radiation. All I take is a little cancer pill, you know, like kind of like what they give you. And that's it. And I've been taking it for going to be like 7 years. So,
Yeah. So even the women who don't want to get checked again,
right, please get checked.
get checked. This is the
Please
whole
get
part.
checked, because it can
Yeah.
be your life. We've lost a cousin
Yeah.
on my dad's side that she had stage 4 breast cancer, and she died. So please get checked. Please get
So
checked.
yeah, this is one of the major reasons we wanted to stick here and sit down with Kathy, and
Sure.
just to let all you women out there that may be watching this. I know there's a lot of crazy family members who are women. Who I even met a few at the park as I was giving out these buttons. You're wearing one right now.
my little button.
They have a kangaroo on them, pink kangaroo. And it's just a reminder of go out there and get checked.
Please.
I actually ran into a woman. I just handed randomly to this woman at the park, and she's like, "How'd you know that I had breast cancer?" Well, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I didn't.
You don't.
You didn't,
But
but
just the,
you know, but there's a lot of women that are fighting, and we're just going to support
Absolutely
them.
fighting.
You know? And maybe
Fighting
this
for their
is,
life, believe
Well,
me.
maybe this is a guide appointment. You know, that you're putting you in front of me. A guy put you in front of me, or or maybe we're just trying to ride a train that has Thomas the Town on it, or whatever. But with that, man, I'm going to tell everyone, please go get checked.
Yes,
Number
please.
two was not as important, but on today should be the last day to vote for KENNYWOOD KRAZY Awards. As I know, or as I've talked to Becky, she's going to do the finale on it and list the winners. But it's all about thanking the employees for their hard work and making this a great season for us. And also, there is our member meetup, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, and that's also our Pink Out and Honor Ride. We're going to meet up at the Potato Smash and ride the bumper cars together, and in honor of people like Kathy who have fought the fight. And you know, again, thank you so much for your time. We
Sure,
love
absolutely.
you dearly. I love you,
Yes,
love
we
you,
do.
love you.
yes, we do.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We love you. And
Thank
with
you.
that, hey guys, let me get in this plant. Get over here. All right. Let's say with me, if you could, God is good. God is good
God is good
all the time,
all the time.
and love each other with mad crazy love. All right, guys. See you later.